Hare Krishna. So we're going to start our discussion on Bhagavad Gita. The question was asked from Lord Krishna whether Jnana Yoga is superior or Karma Yoga is superior. You remember this question, simple question, and the Lord has told that both are good, but it is better. Karma Yoga is easier to perform. There is no fault, possible fault of immaturity and falling down, and it also contains spiritual knowledge within. So now the Lord further elaborates this, and he says that it is not that a person who's engaged in karma yoga is not a sannyasi. So he speaks that shloka. He is also in sannyas, but how he is a sannyasi will be explained, and how he becomes free from bondage of action will also be explained. Please chant after me. Who's going to chant? Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 5, text number 3. ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी
यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति
यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति
निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो
निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो
सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी
यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति
यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति
निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो
निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो
सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति
निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते
ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते.
I am smiling for a particular reason, because sometimes when you give class in temple Gita class, hardly anyone is there. And anyways, more devotees are here for Bhagavad Gita. And who really want to come, they are not coming to the class to pay rent of the ashram. Understand? Translation: one who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activities is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated, O mighty armed Arjuna. Okay. Gyeyah sa nitya sannyasi. One should know, or that person should be known as nitya sannyasi. Nitya sannyasi means always sannyasi. Now, always has a great meaning. That means even when he's engaged in prescribed duties, still he should be considered sannyasi. Not so. It's quite interesting. Normally, a sannyasi will be called sannyasi when he gives up prescribed duties. But the Lord is saying, "Gyeya sa nitya sannyasi." You, a person engaged in karma yoga, is to be known sannyas. Although he has not given up karmas, but because he has given up attachment to the fruits of karma, so he is sannyas. He is not, he's working in a detached manner. He does not work with the fruitive mentalities. That's why engage in different activities is still is called sannyas. That means he will not be getting reaction of the work which he is performing. First line is clear? This I will ask you. This is very important to understand. Yo na dveshti na kankshati. Now this is very interesting. A person who's aspiring for spiritual advancement may have some dvesh or detachment, or not detachment, but for some hate for mundane, or I would say use the word so-called material things. We have discussed that yesterday. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vasnam mumukshubhi parityago vairagyam phalgu katyate. So in the name of Vairagya, he may have a dvesh, or he may give up those objects also which can be used for Krishna service. And as a matter of fact, everything can be used for Krishna service. An Uttamadhikari can see its use in Krishna service. So he never gets bound. We cannot see. That's why we are told to remain away from sense gratification. For us, there are some objects of sense gratification, but for a pure devotee, there is no object of sense gratification. Everything is an object of sense satisfaction of Krishna. So for a person who can see, he is not attached from the fruits or from the reaction, or the fruits which are coming as a reaction of his action. Some people don't want fame. That a devotee is not interested in fame or not fame. Prabhupada got famous also, but he was not working for fame or infamy. He was working for Krishna. So I think this is very clear. Yo naha dveshti na kankshati. Neither a person is hankering for material results. How to explain this? You may receive something, but not necessarily you're aspiring for it. That means na kankshati. And when you receive, you don't feel a hate for it. You use it for Krishna's service. Now that is clear. Next Vijara. That's like I don't give classes. I'm not saying I'm an exalted soul. I'm not. But certain realization I'm getting. I don't give classes so that people give me money. I think it's very clear. I don't give classes so the people will give me money or donation like that. But yesterday, when devotee came, he was joining us on a Zoom session. She just gave me 5,000 rupees on his own. Now I cannot say, hey, I don't want this 5,000 rupees. I'll dump in the dustbin or something like that. I am not giving classes to that people should give me money. So when money comes, we'll use it for Krishna's service as per the need, is it not? I'm giving some example from my life. You're sitting for prasadam. Somebody gives you Mahaprasad Rasgulla or whatever. So it's not that we're just doing things for sense gratification. We are doing bhakti for our purification. Now, as a side benefit or side product, even if you don't want, so many things will come. People may respect and all these things. So it does not even hate that also. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कुछ न्यूट्रल समझ रहे न्यूट्रल is neutral to that. That means a person's as spiritual practitioners, proper spiritual practitioners, practice should not be for gaining things, but for gaining pure consciousness. And things may come, things may lose. On this, I was reflecting and think about it. Suppose you don't want any respect from anyone in this world. How much free we will be. I mean, for a few moments, if you actually think that if we don't want any appreciation, any respect, or anything from anyone in this world, how much we will become free. नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं इन सब चीजों के लिए कितना हम we have so much hankering for such things. बहुत अच्छा बात है. So this is how it's there. निर्द्वंदो ही ना द्वेष्टि न कांक्षति. Let us read the commentary, then you will understand further. Nirdvando hi Mahabaho. He Mahabaho means, O mighty armed Arjuna, he is free from dualities. Dualities means hatred, labh, hani, loss and gain. Is not. Sukham bandhat pramuchite. Very happily he becomes liberated from karma bandhan. So basically, in a simple way, he does his prescribed duties so that he becomes purified. What comes as a result of doing the purified activities in terms of material gain or loss, he does not matter much to him. Why is it better? The Lord told yes in the last shloka that karma yoga is better. So question can be, why it is better? This person, the karma yogi with pure heart, is called Nitya Sannyasi. This means that the karma yogi is always fixed in Jnana Yoga. Now what does that mean? Let me just read the whole thing. Because he is completely satisfied with the realization of Atma contained within Karma Yoga, he does not long for, nor does he hate anything at all. He tolerates the duality by being fixed in karma, which is easy to perform. Without effort, he is freed from bondage. Let us understand the commentary first. So, sannyas and yoga. Sannyas was referring to Jnana Yoga, and yoga was referring to Karma Yoga. So the Lord is saying, Geha Sanitya Sannyasi. You must understand that that person is a naturally Jnana Yogi. Now, why is a Jnana Yogi? He may be doing Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga means doing prescribed duties in a detached manner. So now, what does it mean? It means we don't do Karma Yoga to gain heavenly planets or progeny or money and like that, which is also possible. But he does in a detached manner. So what is the meaning of detached manner? He wants spiritual realization. So he's always aware that I am soul, I'm not the body. That is the basis of doing karma yoga. I may not have realization immediately, but he always is on that awareness that I'm soul, I'm not the body, so I must not engage myself for getting sense gratification. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं पता नहीं. And because he's targeting self-realization, that means the knowledge of self-realization is within karma yoga. We have discussed that several times. Pregnant lady with a child in the womb, like that, in due course of time. So he knows that. Akarmani karmayaha paschid, who sees spiritual knowledge within actions. So he is actually situated in Jnana Yoga. Because within the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga is there. कर्म के निष्काम कर्म के अंदर ही आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान होता है, उसको नित्य देखता ही रहता है, तो वो नित्य ज्ञान योगी ही कहलाया जाएगा. क्या बताएं, हिंदी में समझाना पड़ रहा सब कुछ. टू डिफिकल्ट. टेक रेस्ट. So the idea is something which may come, which is not suitable for his sense gratification, he does not hate. And he does not aspire for something which is favorable for his sense gratification. अब तो समझ में आ रहा होगा. Basically, his aim is not sense gratification, his aim is self-realization, and the process is very simple. Karma Yoga, offering the prescribed duties or doing the prescribed duties in detached manner. You are getting me? Okay. He tolerates the duality. Now, this is very important, very important. What is the meaning of tolerating dualities? Tolerate the dualities which will come in the execution of dharma. It's not that we tolerate the dualities by putting fire around us. That is not being referred. Whatever duality will come, happiness, sadness, whatever, even sometimes the senses are peaceful and sometimes senses are disturbed. किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया तो आपका मन शुद्ध हो जाता है कि नहीं? Sometimes the mind is disturbed, or most of the time mind is disturbed, whatever you can say, but all these things have to be tolerated. Toleration means there is no alternative except to tolerate and continue and progress with the bhakti. Kadam Kanad Maharaj was giving a brahmachari class. I don't know why it is coming to my mind now, but it is just coming now. He is always very funny. His style of humor is quite strange. He said, when brahmachari came to Maharaj and said, Maharaj, what I should do if I have sex desire? So Maharaj said, don't do anything. He says, don't do anything. Maharaj's style is amazing. No? Amazing answer. Don't do anything. What I should do? Don't do anything. Because this is a duality. Someday your mind is completely peaceful for days together. Sometimes the mind will be agitated. ये तो previous impressions की वजह से है ना. We remain fixed in our sadhana. This will come. Sometimes कोई बहुत बुरा बोल देगा आपको. Is it not? होता नहीं है. You have done nothing and just people will say one thing to you. As per a karma, it comes. You must remember, these states of mind are also coming because of our karma. नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? This agitation of mind, peacefulness of mind also happens because of our previous karma. It becomes manifested in a certain stage of our life. So we have to tolerate it. Happiness, distress, this lobe, greed, so many things will come. All has to be tolerated and we should pursue the path of bhakti. I want to repeat it again and again. Just like things we see in our dream have nothing to do with our awakened state. Similarly, what we are experiencing now, material aspirations, have nothing to do with our spiritual real life. Nothing means nothing at all. Very powerful. These are words of the Lord Himself. That's why we should not listen to our mind. So, you understand? Tolerate all these urges. By being fixed in karma, which is easy to perform, that means he performs the duties without much effort. That means as he is engaged in actions dedicated to Krishna, he is naturally liberated. Yagyathat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. When we act for Krishna, automatically we are liberated. So in the process of acting for Krishna, we have to tolerate these dualities, heat, cold, and all those things. Purport. One who is fully in Krishna consciousness is always a renouncer because he feels neither hatred nor desire for the results of his actions. This is, I think, very clear. Renouncer means he said, I am not the entitled person for that result of the action. Krishna should be pleased by this action. So, and also he knows things which I am using for Krishna service don't entangle me. They are liberating me. So it's finished. Just like, simple example, the soldier is shooting bullets on the order of the superior. He is not responsible for whom it will hit or not. Is it not? Yeah. Then also you remember the example of cashier who may count billions of notes, but he's detached. He's all for the bank, not for me. Such a renouncer dedicated to the transcendental loving service of the Lord is fully qualified in knowledge because he knows his constitutional position in his relationship with Krishna. It's very simple. Again, take the example of a chauffeur. Chauffeur, you understand? Chauffeur means is a special word for driver of a Mercedes. Very costly cars, drivers are called chauffeurs. So he will clean the car nicely, maintain it nicely, but he knows everything is for the owner. That's simple. He knows fully well that Krishna is the whole and that he is part and parcel of Krishna. Just like the hand knows that the hand should be, or it should be, no, not knows, but rather the hand is part and parcel of the body, but it should be used for the service of the body. Example, na. Hand is part of parcel of the body, not separate from the body. So the hand should be used for Krishna service. हमारा काम और क्या है? कृष्ण की सेवा करना. So many times when we preach, then also we may have a fruitive mentality. कितने लोग सुन रहे हैं? How many people are listening, not listening? That is not a service. Our service is to speak about Krishna. Now Krishna will make sure if we are speaking about him, then he will arrange. It is his responsibility to arrange some people who are sincere to hear about him. Because actually it is as simple as simple. Doesn't mean that we are irresponsible. We plan things nicely, we prepare nicely, but we are not really in control with whom we can be able to preach or not preach. I'm just saying in the context of our duty to preach. Our service is to preach the message of the Lord as it is. Then those who are sincere, they will be attracted. Simple. It may not be that simple because some people may forget the purpose of preaching, and instead of thinking of that, they may think, how can I become popular? And may dilute the message to satisfy people. That's choice, but we don't want to do that. Such knowledge is perfect because it is qualitatively and quantitatively correct. This is very interesting. Did you understand this point? These two words are very critical. Qualitatively and quantitatively correct. So if I say Krishna is Sachidanand and I am also Sachidanand, so how it is correct? In which way it is correct? Qualitatively. Very good. And Krishna, we are the same quality. And Krishna, I will ask this question, I'm emphasizing so much for this reason. And Krishna is Anu and I am Vibhu. Maybe I am getting bewildered by my old age. Did I say something wrong or right? Oh. आप लोग टीचर बनेंगे क्योंकि टीचर कौन है? Krishna is Vibhu. He is all pervasive, is infinite. And I am Anu, I am infinitesimal. So, this is quantitatively correct information. Sometimes we don't accept that we are Anu. दिक्कत हो जाती है. And that's why we land up into Vibhu problems. The problem, the reason for our Vibhu problems is that we don't accept that we are Anu. समझ गए? We'll ask you this also in the quiz. Explain the statement Anu and Bhu. Actually, if you simply understand that we are tiny and insignificant, we will not worry so much. And we also have to understand that Krishna is Vibhu. Then also we will not worry. But चिंता ये होती रहती है, हम विभू हैं, हम सोचते रहते हैं, we are विभू, we are a great man. I don't know, we just had a discussion with a devotee before the class that this word Krishna has designed to frustrate us. So don't be surprised if you get frustrated in this life. So you are learning the lessons. It's still not too late. We are meant to be like this. Things should not go as per our wishes. The concept of oneness with Krishna is incorrect because the part cannot be equal to the whole. That means we can never merge into Krishna. We can never become equal to Krishna. Knowledge that one is one in quality yet different in quantity is correct transcendental knowledge, leading one to become full in himself, having nothing to aspire to or lament over. This is a very beautiful line of Srila Prabhupada here. What does Srila Prabhupada refers? He refers to the state of consciousness of love of God. When a person has love of God, what does he realize? I am non-different from Krishna, but I am an eternal servant of the Lord. That sense of relationship with the Lord. And you know that when we have that sense of relationship, we relish Krishna consciousness within our own hearts. Simply by remembering Krishna, we get happiness. अब बताइए सोचने से कोई रोक सकता है आपको? Maybe somebody can stop you from kirtan or shravan, but nobody can stop you from remembrance. Does some example come to your mind? Prahlad Maharaj. So you see, when we have love of God, whatever actions we do for in relationship with Krishna brings infinite bliss. Then also you need something. I will explain it very grossly. We want food. Why? Because we have hunger. So there is some emptiness. That's why we want something. You may say, no, Prabhuji, we eat to live. No. We also want to taste. It's not that we are eating simply to live. Shukdev Goswami की तरह केवल दूध नहीं पी रहे हैं. We are not only drinking milk by like Shukdev Goswami. A person hankers for a woman, or a woman hankers for a man because she or he feels emptiness within him. Burjan Prabhu very nicely explains. We are miserably lonely and empty because our relationship with Krishna is not revived. We feel an emptiness. We don't understand why, but the reason is we are searching for Krishna. The search of Krishna is replaced with search for people and things around this world. बहुत deep statement. We are missing the relationship with the Lord, and we think like a man will think some girl or some will satisfy me. Then he says, no, maybe some kids will satisfy me. Madhurya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, and then some friends will satisfy me. We have to be admitting that. Have you ever had a blissful experience of chanting japa? All sadhakas will have. Once you have that experience, मन में क्या आता है? Wow, भैया यही मिलता रहे, यही कृपा बरसती रहे, कुछ नहीं चाहिए. We don't want anything else in this world. We are just happy chanting Hare Krishna. So this Prabhupada is referring. You become so happy and full in remembering Krishna and chanting Krishna, you don't need anything. You see, Madhavendra Puri say the same thing. Oh, 3 times taking bath, I pay obeisances to you. Oh, 3 times Sandhya Vandan, I pay obeisances to you. And he says so many things. And says, wherever, beautiful, he says, wherever I go, I can remember the enemy of Kansa. Who is that? Krishna. And I think it is sufficient for me. Wow, is it not? जहां भी जा रहा हूं मैं कृष्ण का स्मरण कर सकता हूं और मैं मानता हूं ये पर्याप्त, मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. So very exalted state, but that's why Narayana para shant. Narayana para shant. ना कश क्या श्लोक है? न कुतश्च नारायणा परा सर्वे न कुतश्चन भिव्यति स्वर्गापवर्ग नरकेषु अपि तुल्यार्थ दर्शनः. बहुत सुंदर श्लोक. Their happiness is not derived from outside. This is what Prabhupada is saying. When a person is realizing, in due course of time, realizes his relationship with the Lord, His happiness is not derived from outside. हम तो कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते इसका मतलब क्या है. नारायणः परासर, it's not Sarvena. It's not Sarvena. You may made a mistake. I don't think it's Sarvena. It is told by Shivji. So when Chitraketu Maharaj was cursed to become a demon, he was not affected by it. So that's what he says. He does not lament. He does not सर्वे. नारायणः परा सर्वे न कुतश्चन बिभ्यति स्वर्गापवर्ग नरकेषु अपि तुल्यार्थ दर्शना. Beautiful श्लोक. Shivji glorifies in front of Durga ji. Chitraketu Maharaj was competent to curse back Durga Devi, but he did not. Same thing. Just reflect upon it. Parikshit Maharaj was the emperor of the whole world. We are not emperor of even a village. We can't understand that what does mean. And within a week, at one moment, he was immediately told, you will die within a week. Everything was taken away from him. Did he lament? Did he lament? Rather, when he's hearing Krishna Katha, he says, up till now, I have only suffered. Now I'm relishing my life, hearing Krishna Katha. So you can समझ रहे हैं क्या मतलब? Having nothing to aspire to or lament over. Nothing. Na shochati, na kangshati. There is no duality in his mind, because whatever he does for Krishna. So duality comes means, is this good or bad? Simple. And there will always be something good or bad in this material world. But when you know this is for Krishna, bas finished. Then it is neither good or bad. It is Krishna. Okay? Being thus freed from the platform of duality, he is liberated even in this material world. So we know that a person who acts for Krishna's pleasure not only acts, even if he is desiring to act for Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's service by body, mind and words, he is liberated. So we'll take one more question. Shloka. Now the Lord clarifies that both the processes are liberating, and because the goal of both the processes, that means Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, are leading to liberation or spiritual knowledge. So a person who will apply oneself nicely to any of them will be good, but Karma Yoga is better, because for most people they don't have the adhikar to perform Jnana Yoga. Please chant after me. Sankhya Yoga Prithag Balaha.
Sankhya Yoga Prithak Balaha.
Pravadanti na panditaha.
Pravadanti na panditaha.
Ekamapyasthitaha samyak.
Ekamapyasthitaha samyak.
Ubhayor vindate phalam.
Ubhayor vindate phalam.
Sankhya Yoga Prithag Balaha.
Sankhya Yoga Prithak Balaha.
Pravadanti na panditaha.
Pravadanti na panditaha.
Ekamapyasthitaha samyak.
Ekamapyasithah samyak.
Ubhayor vindate phalam.
Ubhayor vindate phalam.
I can assume that devotees who have their videos off, they are hearing in background mode, but no problem. Something they must be hearing. They must be eating some jalebis also and eating. We have no. This is Karma Yoga. I understand. But yeah, I know eating. I know eating and hearing. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So another adding eating and hearing. No problem. We have no problem. I am a fully detached teacher. But I do see the devotees. No problem. You can switch off the video and relax also. You can hear the Bhagavad Gita class like a lorry also, which will take you to sleep. We have no problem. I am free from anger. At least now. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service Karma Yoga as being different from the analytical study of the material world, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. Right? Sankhya Yogau Prathag Balaha. You please separate these two words. Sankhya refers to analytical study of matter and Yoga refers to Karma Yoga. It is not together, Sankhya Yoga. You cannot say Sankhya Yoga Prathak Bala, then what? Balaha, Srila Prabhupada translate as less intelligent. Sankhya, are you able to understand? I mean, even with your videos off, you can nod your heads. Yes, or something. Sankhya Yoga Prithak Bala. Sankhya and Yoga are two words. Sankhya refers to Jnana Yoga, analytical study of matter. This is matter, this is spirit. This is matter, this is spirit. And Yoga refers to Karma Yoga. ठीक है. Prithak, you have heard the word Prithak, Prithak, alag, alag, different, different. So Sankhya and Yoga, that means Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga are different. Balaha, those who are less intelligent, they speak. Na pravadanti panditaha. Pandita, you understand? Intelligent person does not say like this. Or intelligent people don't say like this. It's in plural. Why like this? Ekam api astitaha. Samyak. Samyak means very nicely. Ekam api. Even if a person is situated in one process very nicely. Are you able to follow the Sanskrit? Ubhayor vindate phalam. They will get the benefit of both. Vindate means to achieve, and phalam means fruit. So if you apply yourself to one, you will get the benefit of two. Now, what does that mean? You see, it is very simple. It's a lot of way of saying things. It's like there are two roads to one goal. So if you apply to, that means you can reach your goal by any of the two processes. So just apply yourself to one and you'll reach the goal. It's very simple. Point A is consciousness fixed in body. Point B or destination is consciousness free from bodily designation and a full realization of Atma. Are you able to follow A and B? So from A to B, you can go via Karma Yoga also, and you can go from A to B via Jnana Yoga also. So the Lord is saying, if you apply to A, you will reach Jnana, so which is also the result of B. If you apply to B, you will also reach the stage of Jnana Yoga or Jnana Yoga, not Jnana Yoga, spiritual realization, which is also the fruit of A. So if a person applies himself to one of the processes, he gets the fruit of both of them. Basically, कहने का आशय ये है, both the processes are leading to spiritual knowledge. Both the Jnana Yoga or Karma Yoga are both giving spiritual realization. So if you act on any one of them, you will get spiritual realization, which is the fruit of both of them. अभी भी नहीं समझ में आया? ज्यादा प्रसाद खा लिया लग रहा, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा कोई. Sankhya Yoga is referring to Jnana Yoga. This is body, this is Atma, segregate like this. We don't do prescribed duties in Sankhya. Now, in Karma Yoga, a person does prescribed duties without detachment. मतलब material results नहीं चाहिए. So then he does not want material results. So result will come. When I am doing a yajna, results will come. If I want material things, then material results will come. And if I don't want, they don't come. You must remember this. If you are doing a yajna, if you don't want material things, you will not be forced to have material things. If you don't want to go to Swarga, it's not that you do yajna, you will be forced to go to yajna. Then what will come is purification of heart, which is desired. And by purification of heart, you will get spiritual knowledge. क्या कठिनाई है? तो डिस्कस करते आए हैं. Eating. Okay. Gita Bhushan commentary. Asking which of the two is better does not arise. The fools, not the wise men, will say that Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga are different because of thinking that they have different fruits. Performing one, a person attains the result of both, which is seeing the Atma. समझ में आ गया? Now, then why Lord said that Karma Yoga is better? Because it is easy to perform. And there is no fault of falling down because of impurity of heart as it was in Jnana Yoga. That much only. कहाँ गया? Purport. The aim of the analytical study of the material world is to find the soul of existence. That means what is the source of all world. The soul of the material world is Vishnu or the super soul. Devotional service to the Lord entails service to the super soul, means serving Krishna. One process is to find the root of the tree and the other is to water the root. Now, why are they finding the root of the tree? What is the answer? They want to know. Answer is very simple, because they don't know. ये जो हाईलाइट किया गया है बड़ी बुद्धिमानी से हाईलाइट किया गया है. Why are they finding the root of the tree? Because they want to serve the root of the tree. So now, why are they finding? When do you find something? When you don't know where it is. So they are, in a sense, they are still disadvantages because they are still trying to find out. But now, can you water the root when you don't know where the root is? So when a person is offering his service to Krishna, he already knows that the root is Krishna. And how does he know? By faith in the words of spiritual master, although he does not know himself. अगर आप थोड़ा सा कंपेयर करेंगे, you make it clear how devotional service is so fast. You don't bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamti sa mahatma durlabha. After cultivating knowledge for millions of births, then he will know, oh, Krishna is God. And a devotee simply hearing the spiritual master will accept, oh, Krishna is God. Antar kya pada? And when you know Krishna is God and you understand I must serve Krishna, you begin to serve Krishna. Then you see the mercy of Vaishnavas who give us the knowledge in parampara. Otherwise, we'll have to spend, who knows, billions of lifetimes. Ask questions later on. Hold yourself. Answer. The real student of Sankhya philosophy finds the root of the material world, Vishnu, and then in perfect knowledge engages himself in the service of the Lord. Therefore, in a sense, there is no difference between the two because the aim of both is Vishnu. तो अंतर समझ गए ना? A person has heard from spiritual master, Krishna is God, and he serves Krishna. The person, after doing all the research, he says, oh, Krishna is God. So you can choose to do research work, or you can just directly accept. Therefore, in a sense, there is no difference between the two because the aim of both is Vishnu. Those who do not know the ultimate end say that the purposes of Sankhya and Karma Yoga are not the same. But one who is learned knows the unifying aim in these different processes. And what is the unifying aim? Realization of soul. Okay, we stop here. I'll just take some questions. I thought it will take some time, but it was finished much earlier today. Will karma yogi never fall down? If he does not do karma yoga and begins to enjoy his senses, then he will fall down. But the disadvantage of our Jnana Yogi is that he is doing a process, or he may be doing a process for which he does not have adhikar. Why a Karma Yogi normally will not fall down? Because he is doing something as per his adhikar. Adhikar means qualification. So something which is easier for us to do is we are lesser prone to fall down. Just like we walk, it's very easy for us to walk on road. But if you try to walk on rope, now that may be quite strange, is it not? So now that the Lord will tell, no, he has already told that mithyacharasa uchyate. He has already established this point. Karmendriyani sanyamya, to control the senses and not let them work and only meditate on Atma is not an easy thing. You can't sit down whole day thinking about what is soul, what is body, what is soul, what is body. Very difficult. समझ रहे हैं इस बात को? So for Karma Yogi, even desires are there or whatever, he learns to do his prescribed duties in a detached manner. So lesser chance of falling down. In Karma Yoga, person is still not realized he had accepted it through Shastra. Yes. So he will realize. You must remember, we have also heard in Bhagavad Gita that if a person is realized, still he may continue to do activities to establish a standard for others who need to do those activities. Yad acharati srishthas, we have heard that. So a person, don't think a Karma Yogi is not realized. What is a astitaha janakadaya? What is the shloka? Karmaneva hi samsiddhim astitaha janakadaya. By engaging in Karma Yoga offered to Krishna, Janak Maharaj and all others have got realization. So don't think that they don't have spiritual realization. It will just manifest in due course of time. But if his faith is weak or he gets bewildered by bad association and leave karma yoga and completely become material, isn't it his fall down? You are in which camp? Are you in the discouragement giving camp? Asking, thinking of negative things? Should I shoot you? Bhagavad Gita is not to discourage us. You are the discouraging agent. Why are you discouraging? Arey bhai, bad association is bad for anyone. Gyan yogi will not fall down by bad association. Bhakti yogi will not fall. Anyone will fall down. You know the answer. Anyone will fall down. If we are meditating on fall down, how will we rise up? So we can't always be thinking of falling down, falling down. Maybe I'll fall down. Then you will fall down. What can you say? But one good thing about being most fallen is that you cannot be falling down further. You can only rise up. If we have fallen down on earth, we can't fall down more, is it not? So consider yourself most fallen, then you can rise up only. Yona dveshti na kangshati. See the results which will come as the performance of action in a detached manner. The person who is doing it is not affected by those results. Sometimes good results will come, sometimes bad will come, but he is not affected by that. In a simple way, sometimes when you preach Krishna consciousness, same message, same style, everything same, but the people will not respond. Does it not happen? Sometimes you go for distribution of books, people don't buy. Sometimes you put lot of energy in some devotees. I'm not talking really about karma yoga. My mind only thinks about bhakti yoga. It doesn't think about karma yoga, so to speak. But I'm just saying, you invest energy in, and it will happen with all of us. We invest energy in some devotee, and he may just disregard you and go away. So will you stop preaching? So continue with the process. Hai ki nahi? So it's not that. And sometimes people will say, "Oh, Prabhuji, you are pure devotee, and this and that, and by your association of such a pure devotee like you, we have been delivered," and so many things. I have experience of that. People can say so many things, and I said, okay, fine, just become indifferent. Why sometimes it is said that aim of self-realization is to see and meditate on the soul or Atma Sakshatkar? How is it different for Krishna conscious person and his final goal? To see Atma is one step before God realization? Yes, this is a good question. Normally, Atma realization, self-realization means they are referring to realization of soul. Now, when we talk about Bhagwan realization, it refers to seeing Krishna within the heart and Krishna seeing outside also. And that happens by love of God. So a person who is able to see the soul, still he cannot see Krishna. So definitely his relationship with the Lord is not manifested. So as of my understanding, he is still not realizing his Swarupa. He may be able to see himself different from the body, but he is not realizing himself in relationship with Krishna. So he definitely realizes that I am not the body, but who I am in relationship with Krishna cannot be understood. I'll make the matters more difficult. It is explained in Brahmaji's prayers. It took me a while to understand it. Now, here difficult concepts. Brahmakar, Atmakar, these are the things. So a person who self-realizes, a Brahmagyani, his chitta, his consciousness is Brahmakar. It can perceive Brahman, impersonal Brahman, but it cannot perceive sense perception. It cannot perceive sense gratification. Can we perceive Brahman now? No. So our chitta, our consciousness is contaminated or conditioned to experience sense objects. That is experiential for us. But a person who's Brahmakar, just like Shukdev Goswami, he does not experience mundane sense gratification. His consciousness cannot experience that. But if a person, even with this Brahmakar Chit, Atmakar Chit, he still can't experience Krishna. Just like a person who has a contaminated heart can't understand impersonal Brahman. Similarly, who is realizing Brahman also can't understand Krishna unless he get association of devotees and hates about Krishna. If you remember, we have very clearly told this in Bhagavatam discussion that Atma Ramascha Munya, the shloka, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that self-realized devotees also, they need to get association of pure devotees, then they will become attracted to Krishna, otherwise not. If you can notice this point, they will not be able to catch the qualities of Krishna on their own. They have to associate with devotees. I know the answer was a little difficult, but the idea is a person has, yes, a person realizes Atma as per this chapters going on. First he will realize Atma by, first he will do Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, and then he will realize Atma, then to realize Paramatma, he will do Ashtanga Yoga and all that. And finally he will come to Bhakti Yoga. But in this process, when he accepts Bhakti Yoga, he will realize the majestic form of Krishna. But a person who takes to Bhakti from the beginning, he realizes the sweet form of Krishna. So there are so many variations of what sadhana person gets. In Bhakti also, what kind of Bhakti is doing, even that he will get different realization of Krishna. So yes, good question. I hope you understand something what I am speaking. This will become more clear as we will read the text of Gita Bhushan like that. So a person who is Krishna conscious, his goal of life is love of God. And he realizes Krishna in his all sweetness among through his five rasas. First, we should tell about difference between humans and animals, as new people don't know anything in beginning. So what is the point you want to say? Why are material senses we anyway? With our material senses, we anyway can reach till Paramatma realization. Can you tell me the reference, Mataji? It's a very nice comment. I have never heard this. It must be from the Upanishad which you have written, na? Which Upanishad you have written? Hari Smriti Upanishad? Who told that with our material senses we can anyway reach Paramatma realization? Do you think by switching off the video you won't be chastised? At least you can hear, is it not? Who told? Paramatma is also Adhokshas. You telling me or asking me? You did not put a question mark also. What should I understand? Is a comment or comment with a question mark? I don't understand. With my material senses, if you keep your video off, can I see you? No. And you think with the material senses we can see Paramatma when he wants to keep the video off? I don't understand what is the point you're saying. Does Brahmakar Chit person always away from three kinds? Yes. Hladni, I don't know. I don't want to be angry. She is just completely absorbed in Achinta Veda Ved philosophy. Everything she asks about Achinta Ved, is it Achinta Veda Ved? For me, it is very Achinte that why you are so mad about Achinta Veda Ved philosophy. Everything she has to ask out in that. If he is Atma realized, so he must have understood that he is Das of Lord. No. That's what you were saying that. Atma Ramascha Muneho. We have heard that Shukdev Goswami was not attracted to Krishna in the beginning. He heard the shlokas of Bhagavatam, then he became attracted. It's not that if you are Brahma realized, then you know that Supreme Lord exists. Be careful. No, he was not knowing that. I mean, at least from the past time we know, when we heard about Krishna's pastimes, then he became attracted. That's what he says. Quite interesting that Bilva Mangala Thakur says about himself that he was the best among the Brahmavadis. But one cowherd boy, Krishna, forcibly made him into a damsel, a maid servant. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the Brahmavadis don't realize Krishna. Me told in SB class. Aha. So now, okay, so you wrote the Upanishad and I did the editing, is it not? Very good. I told with my material senses we can realize Paramatma. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so I am a humble servant. I definitely did the editing. mere mukh mein apni baat rakh rahe hain. We just told that through intelligence we can ascertain that Paramatma exists. You did not hear carefully. Ascertaining does not mean that you can see Paramatma. Dhyanavast tadagatena manasa pashanti yama yoginaha. So yogina means people whose senses are purified, not by material senses. absorbed in samadhi, they can see Krishna in the heart as Paramatma. So where does it say material senses you can see Paramatma in the heart? They can distinguish matter from spirit, but try to understand they can only see Krishna when through the process of yoga they become purified. Yes, Krishna, Paramatma also is Adoksha. It's not that you can see Krishna. I give an example. One devotee, Mataji, was painting Paramatma. You know that story, and asked Prabhupada, is Paramatma sitting or standing? Prabhupada closed his eyes and then he said, standing. Now, in Shastra, it doesn't speak standing or sitting. It just says of the size of thumb. Then Prabhupada says the yogis meditate for millions of years to realize this. Now you understand the benefit of serving Parampara? Millions of years they will meditate and purify themselves. Then the heart becomes purified. Then they see Paramatma in the heart. And from Prabhupada you can instant. Quite amazing, is it not? So, anyhow. Okay. तो फिर realize क्या किया वो योगी? He realized that he is different from the body, and I cannot explain what realization of Atma really means because that is not really described. I've never heard up till now this. It is just that told at Brahma realization. See, because we only experience sense objects, how can we have direct perception of Atma in our present situation? So what I can say? Only thing what we understand is the devotee, as we develop love for the Lord, Pashyanti Atmani Chatmanam Bhaktya Shrita Grahitya. As they develop in bhakti, they see within the heart the Lord as well as themselves. So it means that they will be able to realize their Sarupa in relationship with Krishna. But this is only theory for me. I cannot speak more than this. What does that realization mean? I am not self-realized. So I don't know. But that is for sure. Without love of God, you can't revive your relationship with the Lord. They do realize that they are different from the body. And they are Atma. But in what form that realization comes, I don't know. Like one glimpse we can sometimes have that when sometimes Krishna kind of gives us awareness that we are not the body. Direct awareness, not intellectual awareness. I think everybody must have experienced. Sometimes for a fraction of a second. Right now, if you see, our consciousness is completely merged in the body. We can just, it's just so natural for us to think that we are the body. Do you feel it? So one thing is that they can naturally see themselves detached from the body. But what realization that means, I have not read up till now. So, and it cannot be really described in words. So, maybe Madhusudan Vachaspati. I don't know. Don't speculate too much. 1.7.23 Spashtikaran. Now you want Bhagavatam class. You don't come to Bhagavatam class. Why should I explain the Bhagavatam shloka? You only come to Gita class. You ask only Gita questions. If you come to Gita class, I'll only explain Gita shlokas. 1.7.20. No, it's okay. We are not that cruel. Let us see. 1.7.23. What did we explain in 1.7.23? Canto 1, chapter 7, 23. Tomadya Purusah Shakshat Ishwarah Pragate Paramayam Vidasatit Shakta Kevalya Sitatmani. So what is the difficulty? I don't know. Here who is speaking? Arjuna is speaking about Krishna. So how we are relating that, I don't understand. So maybe I have to take some more prasadam to understand. Shri Krishna is the original primal Lord. From the all-pervasive feature of the Lord experienced within the manifested world is also a partial representation of the Lord. Oh, I understand. Paramatma therefore is included within him. See, if you remember, we have discussed that using our intelligence, we can ascertain that there is control in the world. So there has to be a controller. So that you can definitely ascertain. But if you have heard carefully, you cannot ascertain by intelligence that spiritual world exists where Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is presiding. Nobody can ascertain by his intelligence. So by intelligence, you can ascertain, even material intelligence, you can ascertain that there is a controller. We heard the story of Newton or not? Newton says that planetary systems are moving. So how this model is not designed by someone? So using intelligence, you can ascertain that design means designer. But you cannot, by material intelligence, have direct perception of Paramatma. Is it becoming clear, my impersonal questionnaire? Okay. I don't even know if you see if you ask question in this way, we don't even know whether reaction or yes or no or understanding or not understanding. So we close the question here. So the point is that what if I switch off the video and then answer? It is kind of a, see, if you want to ask the question, I will take up only those questions if you have your videos on. Otherwise, we have to be that much strict. If you behave like this, then what? This is very impersonal. Okay, so we shall stop here. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद।